Hey, we had to
Hi
jump
guys.
on and we have to ask y'all a question. Are y'all team Will? Are y'all
More Team Chris.
when it comes to when it comes to the slap heard around the world, right? Slap heard around the world. What
Yes.
what team what team are you on, baby? What team are you on?
I'm on Will Smith's team, and I have to explain why I'm on Will Smith's team. And that's
Other than the
because
fact that you love Will Smith,
I do. I've always been a
period.
yeah. So I've always been a Will Smith fan. But the other thing is that I felt in that moment as a woman that I felt her hurt and I felt her pain. And I know that I would want you as my husband to rescue me to make me feel better in that moment.
So you would told me to slap him.
No, I would have not told you to do that,
Okay. Would
but
you been
but I
okay with
would
me
but
slapping
I
him?
but I would have
keep it
but
keep it a bean. Would you have been okay with me slapping
I
him?
would have said, babe, you could have done something else, but I definitely would have wanted you to come to my rescue.
But we have made love after I
Oh,
slapped him.
yeah, that
After I
still would have
slapped him.
happened.
I just gotta let people know. Tell the people where you from, man.
I'm from Los
No,
Angeles.
stop lying.
Well, so I was born on Redondo Boulevard.
Which is in what city?
Well, listen. I grew up around South Central.
No, you didn't grow up around South Central. I've been to your house. You grew up you grew up in South Central,
Yes,
right?
yes, and it's yes.
Yeah, so I'm from Decatur, right? But I'm with it, baby. I'm with it.
Right,
I know who I married. I know who
right.
I married. So you would have expected me to handle it.
Yeah.
What different way? And I'm gonna tell you how I think I would have handled it.
I would have expected for you in that moment to go up on stage and just it would have been a take the mic situation. Like you're not going to disrespect my wife. It's very unfortunate that you've taken this
Well, what if
opportunity.
he would have like watch out when I try to grab the mic?
Y'all would have been going for the microphone all like this. But no, I would have expected you to come and say it to address it, to say something then or say something before you went into your acceptance speech. I would have expected for you to address it.
And if I just laugh it off, play it
Mhm.
off,
Then
right?
it seems like you're part of the problem.
When I get home, I'm part of the problem. Why am I
Absolutely.
part of the problem?
Because it was such a public moment that was humiliating for me or for Jada in that moment, and something that was so sensitive with black women,
Alopecia? That's
alopecia,
not funny.
hair loss. I don't feel like
And
there
you
should be
knew.
any
And he
jokes.
knew. He
Right.
knew she had alopecia. People say he didn't know. He knew.
Well, see, I don't feel like there should be any jokes, whether he knew or not, on women's hair, right? We can talk about Gabby
Especially
Douglas with the
especially from
gymnastics.
Chris Rock.
Right, because he produced a documentary. If anyone knew about the importance of what a black woman's crown, her hair means to her, it's him. He did a documentary. He interviewed all of these women. He went over to India doing the research. He did to the Black Hair Care show. So he knew. He can't say that he did not know the
Yeah.
importance of a black woman's hair and the sensitivity around that particular comment.
Yeah. So for me, I'm glad we married because we're on the same page, right? You gave me
Mhm.
the license to go up there and do what I do, right? And I don't feel embarrassed about it because of a number of codes. All right. First of all, let's just keep it real. Black man slap another black man at the Oscars is a bad look. It's a
Very.
bad brand for the black man.
Right.
All right. Yet and still, I probably still would have done something similar. Here's
Mhm.
why. I'm not saying this is what you should do, but
Mhm.
this is how I was raised. This is what you just said it out. Well, number one, you verbally bullied. You didn't crack a joke.
Mhm.
You verbally bullied my wife about her hair loss. If I'm
Mhm.
boosting you up behind the scenes, baby, you look good.
Mhm.
Come on to the award show. You look good. Don't worry
Mhm.
about your bald head, girl. You black girl magic,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And for him to crack a joke and me to see your pain, you had a right to
Right.
disable my work with my wife and boosting her up
Mhm.
because you're a comedian?
Mhm.
No, you don't have a right to do that. So that's code
Right.
violation number one.
Mhm.
Code violation number two, you disrespected her in the past, 2016 at the Oscars. And I
Yeah.
told
Look
you to
that up
keep
if you
my
haven't seen
wife's
that.
name out your mouth then. I let
Mhm.
it ride. I ain't
Mhm.
smack it in,
Right.
right? And then you double down and you do it on my night. That's code
Mhm.
number three.
Everyone knew he was winning an
On
award.
my
Yeah.
night, you pick my wife, not me. You can crack jokes about me. You can pick
Mhm.
my worst movies. Even if you want to make it personal and petty to try to bring me down, I can
Right.
take that because I'm gonna say something in the speech.
Right.
That's why I'm here and you're emceeing honoring me while I'm
Right.
being honored. I would have said something like that, right?
Mhm.
But for you to pick on my wife
Mhm.
and the rules that we have set in this household, and what's
Mhm.
the rule when it comes to like honor?
Oh, that is, I mean, that is really important. And that's something that for us, I will say this for even for our little ones, like the men in this household have to make sure that the women in this house are taken care of, that you guys are the protectors. Christian is the protector. You are the protector. He's 3 months now. But seriously, I mean, that's the role and
That's my brother.
responsibility.
That's my father. That's your father.
Those are my
That's our
uncles.
cousins, right? That's
Right.
that's how the Tarts, the Harrisons, the Moores,
Right.
that's the Campbells. That's who we are,
Right.
right? And so when you come in that culture, and I think Will is from that culture in
Yes. Yeah.
Philly, you disrespect me when I gave you a warning,
Mhm.
you're gonna get dealt with. Keep all that talk
And now
out your
I will say
mouth
this though,
if
is
you don't want the smoke.
right, but I know that we do have to be careful about this too, because there's a lot of times that people lose their lives over disrespect, feeling
I get
disrespected.
it. In that
But
scenario, though, there's
in this
no
scenario,
danger
right,
smacking
right.
Chris Rock. If I did not smack Chris Rock, would you respect me? Let's keep it a bean.
I would have expected you to do something.
All right. What if it's Dave Chappelle?
I still would expect
Yeah,
you to do
I ain't scared
something.
of him either. All right. What about Cat Williams?
I would have expected you to do something,
What
to go up
about
on
what about
stage.
Snoop?
I would have expected you to do
Oh
something,
God, I'm gonna
but
die. I would have done something, but I would have gotten shot.
and I'm not saying, I'm saying to
I
do
would have
something
said something because
to,
I still
yeah.
think I could beat up Snoop, but I would have lost my life shortly thereafter. Right? What about if it was The Rock?
Yeah, I was looking at The Rock's face too. They showed a little screenshot of his facial expression.
Ooh,
Yeah,
woosah, that'd have been tough. Tough
right,
night for me. That would have been a
right,
tough night for me,
right.
baby. There wouldn't have been enough Alduan to make love to after that, right? Right? I would have had to hope someone's security came in. And I don't know, I would have stood up and said something verbally, right? But at the end of the day, we're joking about it, but the pressure. So code violation number 4, you disrespected my wife and you gave me that look. And then the undercurrent is that you expect me to deal with it. And then you
Mm,
look at me and I don't move.
right.
Oh man, I can't live with myself after that. I don't feel like I was a protector. And we know from Will Smith's background, seeing
Mhm,
his dad knock his mom out as a child at 7, 9 years old, something like that in his book.
mhm,
And Will Smith labeled himself a coward. And at that
mm,
moment made a code. I will
mhm,
never let a member of my family be disrespected.
mhm,
Now, is that a trauma response? It is.
mhm.
But knowing that background,
Yeah, and now that makes sense to me from hearing the speech, his acceptance speech about him constantly saying protected, like I'm expected to protect. That goes back to his childhood, like you just said about him feeling like he was a coward and it would never happen again with anyone disrespecting the women in his life. And so he even talks about protecting the young girls that played Venus and Serena.
right?
He kept saying protect her over and over. I had not read the book yet, but now that totally makes sense
And
why
this
he
is Will.
censored
Will has
his
gone
acceptance
concrete.
speech. Mm.
Go ahead, babe.
No, no, it just it totally makes sense about why he put that in his acceptance speech so many different times about being a protector and going back to that. So,
So that's huge. That's huge for all men,
mhm,
right? That's huge for black men. But this is something I don't think race. I
mhm,
take that back. I think for black men, there's a different level of expectation,
mhm,
right? And I don't think we do a good enough job of protecting our sisters,
mhm.
right? There's a lot of men that's like, look, you disrespect my wife, you disrespecting me.
Right.
If you don't want me to come see you, don't disrespect my wife. As
Mhm,
men, we can keep it. We can have beef, but just keep the beef about me,
mhm,
right? But the minute you start teasing my wife about hair loss,
mhm,
bro, you want all the smoke I'm gonna give you, and I'm gonna
mhm.
give it to you. I mean, that's a
Right.
great way to release all my pandemic stress on Lil
Mhm.
Chris Rock. I'm disappointed Will didn't smack him on the floor, right? I feel like I expected more out of him, right? With Chris Rock being so little, but all those code violations,
Yeah.
and I told you not to do it, you did it anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah. But you know, I was
Yeah.
disappointed in
What?
Chris Rock. Another man's coming to smack you. And you had
Yeah.
your hands behind your back when you know you disrespected him and he's walking up to you aggressively.
Yeah, that was weird that he had his hands behind his back the entire time as Will Smith was approaching him. I don't know what he thought was gonna happen.
No G. I'm sorry.
And maybe he knew that
No.
he wasn't take the mic because actually, Chris Rock had a wireless mic on. So maybe he was just like, "What
Another
is he about to
man
say?"
gets up and he says, "Oh, here you go."
Yeah, he did kept saying, "Here
He's
you go."
walking up to you. So when I teach Christian, or even our daughter,
Hmm.
self-defense, when someone's walking up to you, you take one step back. Now you don't move off your point, right? Your left foot stays planted. Your right foot goes back. Every man knows this.
Hmm.
And your hands are by your side in case you have to defend yourself.
Hmm.
But and I'm not saying that he should have fought. Will. But
Mhm.
I'm saying, what that tells me, you cracked the joke and you thought Will was gonna take it.
Yeah.
Right? You thought that you could just see a sore and
Mhm.
stick your finger in it,
Mhm.
right? And it's the wrong year for that. Coming out of a
Right.
pandemic, everything the Smiths have been gone through, people disrespecting them in interviews
Mhm.
about entanglements. And yes, they do open up their relationship, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be okay.
Right. And he talks about that too in his acceptance speech, that people expect that entertainers, that you can just say anything to them, do anything to them. At the end of the day, they are people just like anyone else. And
Right?
so I do believe, and you see it every day with your clients, I do believe that people are at a point where they just cannot take
It's too close to
any
snapping.
more of anything
Right?
after coming out of the pandemic. Not to say that it's right, but people are on edge.
Right. So, in my DMs, our friends are 80-20,
Mhm.
80-20 Will,
Mhm.
right? I don't think Chris is getting enough smoke.
Mhm.
um, because I think he instigated it. Will
Mhm.
definitely fell for the bait. It's an awful look for black
Yeah.
men. It is going to diminish his reputation.
Mhm.
This is going to at least be part of the narrative, and it didn't need to be.
Right.
But Chris should he got all the smoke. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. I'm sorry. 80-20 Team Will all day long, and I'm glad you support me in that, babe.
Yes,
We would have had to
well,
call
I know
out.
who I'm married to. He
Right.
knows who he's
All right.
married to,
Right.
and you have to know
It
your
is, it is,
partner.
it is what it is. I would yoke a boy up for talking smack about my daughters right now. She in kindergarten and in 10th grade. They all can get yoked. Sorry. Right? In different ways. Different ways. The little 5-year-old boy gonna get a little lecture.
Right.
16-year-old, I'm gonna call my brother because if he come disrespectful, you know what I'm
I don't know,
saying?
but I also think
Ooh,
about just
Lord.
the bullying behind
Think
it
about if my
too.
daughters had alopecia or something. I'd have to pray.
No, but see, that's the thing about social
Ooh,
media.
they got
And
teased.
that's the thing about social media and bullying, is that if this was a young girl situation or a young celebrity, just the memes and everything that comes after that, and then we wonder, oh, we didn't know why she committed. It's so many
With
things
people
that
cracking
turns
on
into.
Chesley Chris,
Right.
with USA calling her ugly as you
Right. Saying that
listen,
she wasn't
all
pretty
this social
enough.
media courage, all this comedic courage on stage. You think the
Hmm.
camera's gonna save you? I think we done with that. I think people were done
Hmm.
with all the mess talking, all the social media talking. I'm
Right.
not telling people to go out there and just slap people,
Right.
but I think we have to get to a point where you have to measure your words. You have to decide, are you really about that life? I'm
Hmm.
serious. Like, do I really
Hmm.
want the business here? I
Hmm.
can't just hide behind Twitter fingers.
Hmm.
If I can't say it in real life,
Right.
don't say it.
Right. And there's certain things that are off children, like off that are just off limits, which are children and people's wives. Like
Yeah,
you just don't.
it's not just the wife. It's teasing her about a disease.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
not funny on
Right.
any.
Or medical condition. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not.
yeah. So Philly beat Brooklyn. That it is what it is. Woo, thank God it won Atlanta.
Oh
Woo, y'all know
goodness.
what it was. L.A., Atlanta would have been a situation. It would have been hostile. Anyway, we love y'all. Tell us y'all's
Yes.
thoughts, y'all's comments. Men, where am I right? Where am I wrong?
Mhm. Yes. And ladies, if you feel how I feel, we all know that look, right? And she definitely had that look. It wasn't ha ha ha, this is funny. It was, this is painful.
Y'all saw that? Mecca didn't give y'all room to disagree. All right. All right, y'all. Let's see what happens. We take care. Y'all, God bless.
Bye.